Hey, what's up, my friends? Mark Allred here, and I'm a live looper musician. I'm a singer-songwriter, and I've been doing music for a long time. And when I started getting into live looping, I've wanted to kind of like highlight, react, and review to some of the live loopers that really inspired me when I started getting into this and talking about, some of their key videos. So I want to talk about Tash Sultana. So this video that we're going to look at right now, I'm going to walk you through it. It's one of the videos that made her super, super famous. It really opened the world to her. She has gone on since this video to fill out a world tour, sell out a world tour, and do really, really amazing things with her career. And a lot of it started because of this video. I'm similar to her. She was a busker for years. I've done that for years too in Waikiki, and she did it in Australia. So it's really cool to see other musicians' career trajectories and how they did things. And this is huge. She's in her living room with her kind of rig on a crate. You'll see in this video her mom's head's gonna kind of peek out around the corner, and just kind of slapped it together with clearly a GoPro with a fisheye lens, and she got after it. So let's dig into this. Welcome to the Jungle turned out to be a huge hit for her and kind of changed the world. So let's crack into it and kind of talk about it. So first off, she's using a Boss RC30 at her feet, so it's only got 2 channels to loop on. She's laying down on her Stratocaster, her rhythm track. So a really simple, clean guitar track. Boom, she's done. So a melodic riff for track, the overdub. No, she did. She let it loop. And this is the second part, the overdub, is this riff. And I believe, now she's harmonizing it, right? Yeah, so she's doing a harmony to that riff that she did. So she's only got the 2 pieces, the melodic riff and the rhythm guitar. So you can hear the harmonized riff going on in the background while she's doing this one. Now she's laying down a bass line. So she was doing fillers in between. She was riffing fillers that weren't being recorded until she got to the top of the phrase to where she could record this bass line now. Right, this is another filler. And you can tell she's switching to the next track on the Boss RC30 right there. Now we got a drum machine. Looks like she's using the SPX 404. I got one of those a couple years ago. Giving herself. So what does she got? So right now, what does she have? She's got a rhythm guitar. She's got a harmonized guitar melody going on. She did a bass line on the second track, and then she's doing the some kind of percussion ideas on the second track as well. And she's just riffing here, not recording this part. Still using the SPX. Adding more right kick and a clap. So it looks like she's split up her guitar and her percussion into 2 separate tracks, right? So the second track has got most of the percussion ideas. Just riffing ideas to fill up the space. Because one of the things that's super boring when you're a looper is when you have to wait for it to get back to the top of the phrase, right? So oftentimes you got to fill it up with something that's entertaining to watch, otherwise you're boring the heck out of your audience, and she's doing it there. So she's hitting the first vocal part, and what did she take out? She took out all the percussive ideas. So she's playing on the rhythm guitar, the harmonized riff, and I think it sounds like the bass line's in there still too. Yeah, the bass line's still in there. So she's got this really unique vocal style. When you go and you look at some of her older stuff, she didn't sing like this. So I've always been curious. Did someone encourage her to take on this vocal style to help differentiate her, to really kind of niche herself well? Or did this just really come organically for her? But it's super noticeable if you go and you dig into YouTube and you find some of her older stuff. It's very similar to Tones and I, the girl who, the artist who did Dance Monkey. The vocal style is very similar, and I've heard a vocal coach call it the Marge Simpson style. That's a really interesting way to describe it. There goes the dog. Using her hand instead of kicking in, right? So she's being really, really creative here, and she has percussion stuff on track 2 that she could kick in, but it's a full piece. Right, it has all the layers. She doesn't want to do that. She just wants that hi-hat, and she's nailing it right now with her SPX on the side. So she's playing that with her left hand while she's singing. Now she added the hand clap, so she's got the hi-hat and the hand clap going on. And if you caught that, with her right foot, she stepped on a vocal harmonizer. So now her voice sounds thick. Boom, and she just threw everything in. So she's got a vocal harmonizer and the whole percussion from track 2. And this is key when you're a live looper. And I've talked about this in other videos, being able to progressively add creative layers to a song is crucial for an audience. Otherwise, it gets so boring. I'm guilty of this all the time, where you just, set a loop and you just sing on top of it. You go verse, chorus, and there's no musical progression. She's doing a really great job. She added vocal harmonies to it. She was using her left hand to actually play the percussion ideas instead of just kicking in the full percussion idea. She's doing a great job of that. And she's notorious for being so emotive, right? She gives so much vocal, visual display of her involvement. She just took off the vocal harmony thing to the vocals, and she's playing on top of all the loops with her delay style. Verse 2, no percussive stuff. She took out track 2. She's doing it again with the hi-hat with the left hand. Hi-hat and hand clap now. Right? Progressively adding layers of creativity onto it. Just like how she did verse 1. Boom. Vocal harmonizer and all the percussive ideas from track 2 kick back in, right? Giving that chorus a lift. You always want chorus to have some kind of a lift. And her dreads are dope. I've always liked her dreads. Okay, so now she's got the delay going as well as some distortion. Right, progressively adding more layers to it. Otherwise, if she just would have done the delay, it would have been just like the last riff. Took out the percussive of track 2, took out the distortion, mellowed it out, took us down a little bit. Yeah, and this is her signature, She's known for jumping out on the front of her stage and sliding on her knees and tearing it up on the distortion stuff. It's really simplistic style of playing. I mean, I'm very similar in a lot of her self-taught guitar riffs and whatnot. But I kind of love where she takes this, right? And then added back in track 2 to fatten it up and give you more room, right? And there's just something so appealing about someone who's having so much fun, right? And I'm sure when she did this, she didn't think she was going to get the attention that it got, which is what makes this so appealing, right? Then went percussion. Took out the distortion and put the delay back in. Heavy reverb on that. Vocal harmony back in. Chorus style, right? Got all the pieces back in to give us the fat chorus. You can see she did the visual check to make sure that she's still in frame with her camera. No vocal harmony. Took out track 2. Giving it some scatting. No lyrics. Dropped everything out. Let's see where we go now. Fun falsettos. You can totally see why this video did amazing things for her. She demonstrated creativity with some very simple pedal work, right? But those pedals did so much to create a full sonic palette that she was able to put her really unique voice on top of. Usage of additional layers throughout the verses and chorus to give a progressive musical increase and, a lift on every chorus. Her solos had different tones each time. It's really easy to just, hey, it's time for the riff again. Let's just throw the distortion on, play the same riff that we did or the same thing that we did on the previous riff and do the same thing. She was taking it places, and just from her living room with her GoPro, not trying too hard. This is a great video. Shows some good chops, some great looping techniques, and a lot of creativity. All right, go look and find a bunch more stuff. Hopefully that was helpful, helped you see some creative ideas. See you next time.